Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Losers with a Podcast. We are only at half health in this fight. That means nothing to anyone, not even us. But I am Boldman.
And I might be the Raven.
First of all, the quality of last times. Woo! That we did not record that right whatsoever, but that's what actually took us so long to do a second episode, because we wanted to do it right. It just kind of delayed it a lot. So the whole special idea is going to happen next time. It's kind of King Kong versus Godzilla theme, not talking about the movie actually. It's just like we're putting some big bads against each other, see who will win, and it's going to be good. I made a whole list. That's the next episode. We're going to try to get that first in, but we wanted to get another one out. We got some good topics, and that's also probably why we want to talk about this real quick. So, me, the Raven, Uvadoy, we got this. We are holding down the fort today. Let's start off. My boy, Dr. Seuss, Reuben, were you part of this? Was this your doing?
No, how would this be my doing?
According to straight people, it's your fault.
Fair point, but I even seen mixed opinions from the LGBT community on this, actually, from at least people I know, actually.
Why is it even the LGBT community combined to talk about Dr. Seuss?
Just from people who I know. And usually, we are the ones called the snowflakes, and they'll even mixed opinions on this.
To be fair, I think this is one that no one saw coming, because it's from a community that usually we don't see the constellations being based upon. You know, we're not saying that it was the Asian American or Asian community in general doing this. You know, we're not trying to put blame, but it was actually a constellation mainly based on Asian stereotypes. And,
there was, a few negative depictions of, black people as well, actually. A lot of people won't talk about that. I actually didn't even find out right away. I found out, a couple days after the whole cancellation with Dr. Seuss and his few books happened. I also think this is weird because a lot of people were shifting blame about, the cancellation, but without really realizing it was his own family that wanted to pull some of the stuff.
Yeah, I think, from what I understand, I don't think there was, a call to cancel it, it usually... How these things usually go is there's a call to cancel, then there's a response, and then there's a call to uncancel. I didn't even see that. This kind of just came out of nowhere. For those of you who don't know, a few of Dr. Seuss's books had some kind of not the best depiction of racial stereotypes. They were nothing popular, and we'll get about that in a minute, because I feel like there's two sides of this debate that everyone needs to understand. I even checked the books. There were about 5 or 6 books that are being pulled or rewritten, which first I'll say, we did the research. A lot of these books actually were rewritten years ago, and stuff like that. I think you...
Yeah, I was actually about to say, there's been multiple editions. Still, the wording is usually the same. Just the art, the coloring, or, when the Asian stereotypes, they took away the ponytails, and they made the guy less yellow, and made it just white, made the cartoon just white like the back of the book, and changed it up a little bit, but there's been many different times, so they even recognized already that these were some bad, cartoons, and they just never, at least from what I found, they never changed the actual wording of some of the books.
I think there was one that was, but from what I know, and because I'm a huge fan of Dr. Seuss, like I said, I had these books and could personally check. And this is not the first time Dr. Seuss, especially with Asians, has been called out on this. He was, for those of you who don't know, and because a lot of people are using these cartoons out of context, he was a World War II what's it called? War poster guy, political cartoonist type of things. And he, they were humongously popular during the time. And that's kind of where a lot of people are using out of context. Like, I think this was like about 10 years ago, calling Dr. Seuss a racist. Let's get to that first. Listen, I know this is a horrible excuse to say, but I feel like for the first time ever saying it was a different time for only the World War II posters is a good example, because that's kind of just all of America, and it's just kind of what they did. Not saying it was right or wrong, just saying. I think, though, let's put that out of the way. Let's just straight up talk about these books. I looked at one of them literally said, the man who wears his eyes at a slant. These were, I love Dr. Seuss. I know he's not racist.
These just weren't in taste.
These weren't in taste, and I will say, just as a quick thing, I know some people are complaining, but there's two sides of this coin I feel like that we need to discuss. Because I think it was you, Rubidola, who made a post on Facebook. None of you read these books. So why are you...
I didn't... I shared somebody else's post. No one's reading these books. Come on. Why are you complaining about these books being pulled? You can go buy them at any thrift store. Has 20 copies of these books.
Yeah, these books have been on sale for decades.
You're not reading them. You're not gonna go read these, and you still got green eggs and ham and
I love the
Lorax.
I love the assholes who always like that first day sold them for like $50 on eBay. They're like, it's done. Like, I won't forget about this. That's the other thing. Like, it's literally, you guys all say you care, and then it ends like within a few days. I love though it's always like this quick on that subject to the people with the misunderstanding. I love it's always like, because people now do the cancellation, like, and they put like a bunch of people who've been canceled. Stop putting the Cat in the Hat, the Lorax, and all that shit on there. They didn't cancel any old Dr. Seuss books. And remember, these are directly for kids. There's a bit of difference. And you know what I noticed was where a lot of these things, the Cleveland Indians baseball team logo. I don't know the last time you saw that, Ruben, but that's,
Why do you keep saying Ruben?
Why not?
Yeah, the Redskins, guys.
The Cleveland Indian logo, like, look that up real quick. That is worse than the Redskins. I would even say worse than the Redskins name.
I don't know sports. I thought you were talking about the Redskins.
Look up the Cleveland Indians. First of all, the Indians is not an best name. It's pretty much like, even if you like put it next to like early blackface and stuff like that, or more modern blackface, like it's even similar to that. It's not okay. And
you don't mean he doesn't mean in art style. He means in like being bad.
Oh no! I would even say outside is actually pretty similar. Have you not seen the Cleveland Indians logo?
Dude, I thought you were talking about a different team this whole time.
No, it's not as similar to things, but it's like over cartoon attributes, things like that. No, I still think blackface is worse. But that's because I think I was talking about this. Like, I usually don't want to whine and complain about things, but the Indians' red face, kind of like, sports made it seem okay, and that's why we don't see it as a problem. But a long time ago, it was an equivalent to blackface, and I understand why they need to get rid of it. As a Native American descent, I can say it's not the best taste. I get it's been around for years, and you want to support your team, but come on, it's like, look at that. Just look at it.
Dude, this reminds me. We went to Disney World a few years ago, and so it was either the second time or fourth time we went. Our family watched a lot of Disney movies in preparation, and they rewatched Peter Pan, a movie I loved as a kid. I even have a Peter Pan hat, well, at least I used to. Dude, do you remember the scene with the Native Americans?
Oh, we can actually...
Oh my God.
Let's talk about the after. I actually have a quick subject to bring up about that. But, so the other side of the coin, I would have to say is...
Let me just say first, though.
What?
You already got, like, to the fact of the matter of this is kind of... I thought you were going to get why, like, each opinion matter. You already get into the fact that this is kind of, like, pointless for something people to complain about.
No, that's my other side, is... The other side of the coin is, to the people that have funds, it is not okay. I feel like it's always, like, yeah, people love to say that It's the white people complaining on these people's behalves. But it's still that doesn't mean it's okay just because they're fine with it. I hate the same people who's like, oh, I don't care if it was the Caucasians instead of the Redskins. Like, okay, because just because you don't personally find it funny, and not every Asian person is finding these Dr. Seuss books offensive. That doesn't mean that they're not in poor taste at the same time.
Let me remind you, because a lot of people are leaving out. There is some negative depictions of black people as well.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Because I
remember
remember
was publishing that at first as articles.
I think it was I think because they covered that once or twice. I would say, listen, just to wrap this up real quick. Yeah, there's on. I think we can all get over it a little bit and just kind of be okay with this one.
So your opinion on the matter is, yeah, they're bad. Let's just but no one has reason to like try to save this. You think people are getting mad for no reason?
I feel like
let me rephrase it. You think people are defending the cartoons existing for no reason, that they should just let them be forgotten, let them be taken out?
Yeah, let them just go. I think we're all fine. Well, I was talking to talk about with the Disney stuff real quick. They're actually pulling a lot of the stuff finally. They used to have warnings and stuff, but yeah, again, I feel like there's some that I can let slide. Like, I watched it over, because I think we watched a few of these scenes. That I think there was 3 or 4 movies that people used. The Aristocrats, Dumbo, and Peter Pan as the main examples, usually, right?
Well, what I'm going to say about Disney things is the same thing about the Dr. Seuss thing. I think nowadays with people hating cancer culture so much, I feel like no one's actually doing the research like you and I did.
I don't think also anyone's stopping to see,
people
or watch it.
Yeah, people are just sitting here like, oh, you can't say nothing. Seuss, you're so stupid. Like,
I watched this as a kid.
Yeah, okay. People are saying these things, but like, are you actually going and looking at...
It's like the Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
You're not also looking at what they're doing. I wouldn't cancel Mr. Potato Head before. They were just changing the brand name. I always thought the brand was Potato Head and not Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah,
brand.
I actually thought what he was.
For those of you who don't know, because we'll cover this quickly as it. Everyone flipped shit at Mr. Potato Head because they were ungenderizing Mr. Potato Head. Oh my god. No, they weren't. They literally just announced the brand was going to be called Potato Head, and then they were still selling Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. And regular potatoes that you can buy just generic parts for. So they're... Like, listen, it's still Mr. and Mrs. Potato. I feel like people are canceling now before they even read to it. And that's the same with the Disney movies. What I was going to say is, it's just plain and simple.
Just some outdated shit.
It's just outdated. I feel like I really don't think that Disney needs to make a adult version. Or, like, put them behind a wall where you can... Or, like, have a kid account. I feel like, yeah, I understand that Disney doesn't need to.
Well, they own a lot of Hulu, so they can put a lot of stuff on Hulu still.
Yeah, I feel like these movies should live on somewhere else. And, like, a lot of places have alternate versions, and you should have a censored and non-censored
Yeah, you should be able to pick.
But for the people who wanted to say, no, Song of the South should never be released. I hate that's always the reasoning. Like, it's so bad. It's really bad. It's like, but we need to learn from our mistakes. We learn from it.
Yeah, like, that's why it's gone. It's because we learned.
We learned. There's so many better things. You know what is a better way to teach us not to do it? We watch a documentary, read a book of something talking about it. We don't need to have the Disney movies stay alive as your example. That's such a weird thing.
That kind of undoes what I said about the Dr. Seuss books, about people need... If I literally just said that they should look at the book to see how bad they are. But I understand what you... It's kind of different, like...
Well, these are...
Don't bring it back. It's already been gone, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was a current movie... People wouldn't look at it before they just scream, oh, cancel culture so bad.
Yeah, I feel like if it's a current movie, everyone just like, oh, that's racist versus, oh, you're canceling. There's such a difference. I feel like also, like, someone was complaining that we made one of these movies all planning to Dumbo or something, and Dumbo was completely different. And they're like, no, the closing won't be in it. And everyone's like, oh, but you're changing the movie. It's a reboot. That's a whole point. It's supposed to be. So basically, I think we should come down to these Dr. Seuss books We let them go.
Disney, just let it go.
Just let the scenes go. You don't have to let the movies go. Also, like I think it's the Siamese cat scene. That was also like one of the like worst songs. Not just because it's racist. It's just bad and dumb. Like, let it freaking go. No one. You don't actually care about. I think that's
Dude, that shit was. Even as a kid, I didn't like that scene. It was annoying.
I'm not gonna say the person's name, but you know the person. She used to fucking sing that in school. Just sing it randomly. I'm like, oh my god, can you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah,
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I remember it, but
I can tell you after, revealing names. Okay, let's go. I think there's one cancellation that we agree is actually kind of dumb. Well, reasonable dumb. I blame the company's response to it is dumb.
I think the handling of this on everyone's behalf.
Well, because I feel like I won't mean that like the other things we can just let them go. I feel like Pepe Le Pew does not need to go because, well, for those of you who don't know, Pepe Le Pew kind of touchy, kind of aggressive, and the cancellation is due to like we need to make like match cards to be like Pepe Le Pew, you made cancellation reason and like shit like that. But basically, it's kind of promoting that over aggressive culture and rape culture and stuff like that.
People don't want that presented to kids, just like with the Dr. Seuss books and the Disney movies.
And I love the people's like, I watched this and they never. Oh, we probably also shouldn't say that word. You know that YouTube doesn't. Man. YouTube doesn't like it. Okay, YouTube doesn't like it when you
now.
YouTube, but only by YouTube. Yeah, you shouldn't. What's your? Oh, god damn. You shouldn't aggressively do any inappropriate naughty thing. It's so weird when you say it like that. YouTube, change your rules. God damn, for educational reasons. Our podcast, education. Okay, you guys don't know. It's promoting assaulting cultures and stuff like that is what people are saying, and I can kind of agree. You know, like, hey, if you want, we watch them. Don't. You know, like if you, because I get it's iconic. One of the most popular characters outside of Bugs Bunny and stuff like that. Even the daughter of the creator said, hey, Pepe never meant these things. It was actually supposed to be a joke on people who who think that they're lady man, but they ain't, and stuff like that. I think, though, I feel like the whole debate, like, has been said and done about Pepe, and you can always say and do whatever the fuck you want. We're not here to change opinions. I want to talk about Warner Brothers real quick.
I feel like, I do feel like there's some valid points.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about
both sides.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't care to debate that. I said everyone can debate what they want with that one. The Dr. Seuss I have an opinion on. The Disney movies I have an opinion on. Pepe I do not have an opinion on because I love Looney Tunes, but I am mad at Warner Brothers because I feel like their handling of it was stupid. Because, yeah, I would agree that usually with these things, you have to let the character go for maybe a year or two, add them back, change it up. That's what they should have done. Not just indefinitely, which I get that you say these words just so people cannot be mad. But, you should have said, hey, we're going to change the character. Because Pepe doesn't always do that. Some of his stuff is, he just smells. And things like that. Like, why do they have to, because, like, Space Jam, they were going to literally have a scene where they talk about, like, you shouldn't touch Looney Tunes without getting consent. Like, you are basically already was in your movie accepting that Pepe was too touchy. Like, you could have. Why don't you?
They probably weren't directly involved in that scene.
Yeah, but it's a Warner Brothers project, and we listen.
You can see, but the scene never made it to air, so
it was because the new they changed the directors halfway through, and the director's like, "Why would you put this in the movie?" From what I understand, again. But those are like exact quotes and stuff, like pretty much like word for word. Like they literally said consent and stuff. To me, I just don't understand why Warner Brothers say apologize, say they shouldn't have portrayed this character like this, and say they're gonna fix the character and portray him in a better way.
See, the reason why I have mixed opinions on this is, if this was like, let's say, I forget the name of the main crow in Dumbo, I feel like taking him out, he's a racist stereotype.
Because there's no saving him. There's no saving that.
There's a difference between, if this had a racist design to Pepe. The thing is what he's doing. One of the many things that he's doing is the problem, not the character itself, is why I think Pepe can stay.
It's the writing. Because they don't need to continue to write him in this. It's basically what they're saying is, hey, we don't want to rewrite him in any way. That is either what they're saying, or they're saying, we want to get rid of him just to make everyone happy, which I understand. Yeah, companies gotta do that. Like, everyone complains.
A lot of people want fast action from these companies, so they scramble a little bit.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I understand that companies do that. I just don't understand why they don't apologize and say they're gonna change the character.
Dude, there's a quick fix for him.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Pepe already does stuff. Wasn't he in the first Space Jam movie? And he just walked by and he smoked, and people were like, ugh.
Well, you don't even have to do the smoke joke. You can keep him with the ladies' man joke. Instead of having him run up, grab the cat, and start kissing her, instead make him walk up, hit on somebody, the skunk spray happens, and that with the little lines happen, and they're like, ew, no. You don't have to you can still make him feel as a ladies' man.
Well, to me, like, I'm not saying I agree with this. This is for people to understand, but a lot of people don't want that type of thing. No one wants, people don't like it anymore, and representation to definitely for kids is that man should just walk up and hit on whoever they want.
But showing him as like, no, don't do that. Don't be like Pepe. He's weird.
But I feel like, but that's not helping Pepe to make him like, hey.
I guess that's still a reminder of the stuff he used to do. So.
And also, it's like, why do you have to hold Pepe to be like? Why does he have to be the butt of the joke by like insulting him and the creator of him? Like, why can't we just let it go and fix Pepe is what... maybe I'm biased. And, like, again, I understand all these things. I'm not saying if it's wrong or right what he's done before. I'm talking about the future. And I feel like the future should be brighter for Pepe than it is.
Yes, I agree that some of the stuff used to be bad. Listen, we're just speaking off the top of our heads. If we were in charge of Warner Bros., we would take a solid amount of time to think this through. We're just...
And you have to make
speaking off our heads.
Yeah, you have to make boards happy too, and stock people happy. That's different.
We're just speaking off our heads. Like we're just like with the other stuff, we may word things a little badly because we're not in charge of it. We're not in charge of anything, so we don't have to watch our wordings. This is why we're not.
No, because I don't care. Warner Bros. Can't fire me. But let's go to something more positive. Space Jam. Which I want to talk about that Lola bunny. Oh my god, people.
The internet is mad.
The internet's so mad because Lola is not sexy, and the picture that they're using is apparently an edited picture. Oh my god, people are complaining. Like, I understand you don't want things to change. I think there was a game like that a lot of people compare it to because it happened in the same week. It's like Overwatch or Half-Life or something, and they're not gonna pan to this character's... No, it's not Overwatch. It's some game like that where they're gonna repeat... They're taking out how it pans to the person's butt and then back up. And stuff like that. And it's like, listen, I don't care. Why do you guys need... go watch... We can't say that word either. Go watch the no stuff on the internet.
Just rewatch the original. You can play the original game, or rewatch the original Space Jam.
Oh, no, that's fully what I told someone who was complaining.
God, you knew someone who was actually complaining?
Yeah, me and original mom of this channel also was insulting these people. I think you heard that. For those of you who never saw original videos, for those who watch the YouTube, that is, go subscribe to Klowns. Me and Angela was just ragging on the people who have no lives, but they just want to wank to a video game. But it's so dumb because it's just like, I get that you don't want your character to change, and that's a reasonable debate. Besides, when it comes to the inappropriate, it's not. I get it. It wasn't that inappropriate, and I feel like I understand some people say it's not. It doesn't help women to do it in a certain way because it's like you're not flattering women. But I feel like the one picture is not good that everyone's using of Lola. Because in the movie...
Why would they use the best picture? They want to insult it. Of course
because in the movies, they look completely different than those. To be fair, I like the uniform better, like with the shorts under it and the arm sleeves, because Like, I love that people are like, oh, the arm sleeves, arms too sexual. No, that's just to make it look more like, that's just coincidental to giving her smaller everything. Listen, guys, it's just, it's the same people complaining like, Mortal Kombat is no longer sexual. Play.
Why do you want it to be?
Play a, like, dating simulator and find one that is rated R. There is no games
Or
out
play
there.
the originals.
Yeah.
Just like with the Disney movies. There's still the option to do the originals if you really don't care.
I feel like, well, with the Disney movies, they are taking them away. So
I know, but there's still DVDs and stuff. It's the modern era.
Yeah, you could get it. It's also just one scene, but like, come on, this is like Space Jam. Really, is that what you complain about? You guys really want to look like a bunch of virgins on the internet complaining about Lola Bunny? That was like first of all, you guys not seen Roger Rabbit? You guys talking about that? Like, come on. Any cartoon character, first of all.
Whoa.
No.
TMI.
No, like, because, like, everyone's using this as an example, because, like, Bunny just made me think of it when watching someone complain about it. Because I watched 1 or 2 videos of people whining about it. Only one person made a reasonable response, but Critical, I actually did think made a good reasoning, saying something along the lines that you didn't need to do it. The only thing you would do is make people mad before watching it. And, like, it doesn't actually, like, no one was asking for it. So I understand that, but at the same time, if it doesn't matter on a company standard, it won't make more money, it could only make less money. At the same time, they could look at it either, we can either make people mad, or we can make people happier, because there's some people who do want her to not look like that.
When did Space Jam come out?
90s.
So let's just say, I think it was 96. I may be wrong. I think I'm totally wrong. But it's been over 20 years. People do realize there's been other iterations of this character.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she doesn't exactly look like that in everything. She's not the hyper-sexualized character. So they're probably in my opinion, I think it's reasonable to make her more like this. Because this is more like the Lola Bunny I have seen in the cartoons I watched as a kid.
Yeah, I feel like Warner Brothers maybe... I don't know if they made a press release about it because I didn't even give enough of a shit to research it. But I feel like they just did this unintentionally and everyone's complaining. Listen, if the people who are only wanting it for sexual reasons, get a life. People who just are complaining about, it's my childhood, things like that. You can't use that for fucking everything. Oh my god. Let other kids have a chance to enjoy things. Don't speak on their behalf like, kids won't enjoy Lola Bunny like this. Why? If they don't know.
Are they even putting Space Jam 2, like the number 2 in the title?
No, it's New Legacy.
Yeah. Wanna know why? Because they wanted to make sure kids are more willing to watch it. By making sure it's directed at kids by not putting that 2 in it.
But yeah, apparently Space Jam getting all that shit. Like, all of you, if they didn't say that Pepe wasn't going to be in it, would have noticed. I would have been, like, the only one who noticed. And people like me and Raven and a few other people would have noticed. If they didn't announce Lola Bunny ahead of time, you guys would never have noticed. It's always that people see things ahead of time that they complain.
And just like with the Dr. Seuss books that I said, they're not willing to go look into it.
I feel like, though, like, everyone's, like, complaining. Everyone's like, this is gonna be a bad movie now. You think...
Oh my god, that's...
Literally, you think the critic response is gonna change because of this? Do you actually think that's what's gonna happen? Are you, like... Come on, I can't wait for... Because it always happens. When the movie comes out, it's because it's Space Jam New Legacy. It's gonna be like 50-50. And then everyone's gonna be like, see, we told you ahead of time, so done it the way we wanted to. Lola Bunny, just so I know, in advance, that all of you heard me say this, the Space Jam New Legacy critical score will not be affected by Lola Bunny not having humongous, fully deviant art style look to her.
Oh my god. I wonder.
I wish I knew someone who was a boy to get their opinion, because that would have just been hilarious.
I know a boy. I should have asked.
Please ask and let us know by the next 2 podcasts.
I would try.
Because the next one's a special, maybe we won't talk about it, but okay. Warner Bros. Dumb in general, I guess, is what you see what I was saying, because it does. The Little Bunny design, honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't freaking matter to me. I find it just funny that people are complaining, but Warner Bros. Dumb. Dr. Seuss book company, they're just trying. Disney, they just want money. They're only doing this for money.
Yeah, let's be honest.
But you know what company isn't doing anything for money?
What
Warner
company?
Brothers. Because Warner Brothers
Warner Brothers again?
Because, you know, this is probably why I hate Warner Brothers right now. They're so dumb. They just announced it. And we will, after this, and I will let everyone know when we start talking about the Synder Cut, just in case we say spoilers. But I just want to talk about, they just actually reviewed, once again, because they said this a month ago, they aren't focusing on any more Snyder-themed projects or continuing off of what he did.
Oh.
They are morons! Like, if you love or hate the movie, but come on, they should apologize to Ray Fisher, do what they can to get him back, because Cyborg was great in the movie. Joss Whedon, you moron, why would you ever cut that? I don't know everything on Joss Whedon. I just know he's a complete joke. I've seen some of the things or read, like, versions of it. I feel bad for Ray Fisher. I think he, Buffy, or some show like that, I feel bad for her. Because that stuff was awful, but Joss Whedon, not just are you an asshole, you're a moron to take away that Cyborg plot. To take away some of these other plots, I get that it's a 4-hour movie versus this, but the stuff that you could have done, you're just dumb. And now Warner Bros., you're not going to make, like, after that movie, I was like, I want Justice League 2. I want a Cyborg movie. I want to see what Ben Affleck would have done for Batman.
Get this on my table by next morning.
I think now, like, I was like, oh, maybe it's just Ben Affleck was the problem with that movie, and that's why I got canceled. And these other movies. No, I know. It's Warner Brothers. They suck. They absolutely suck.
They don't know how to handle anything.
No, fucking let HBO Max do it. I think HBO is owned by Warner Brothers now, but the same company.
I think they always happen.
But it doesn't matter. HBO knows what they're doing. Make fans happy. Let's talk about the Synder Cut. If you want to watch it, go away now, I guess, because I don't think we're spoiling anything though. It was a good movie. That was one of the best superhero movies. Justice League was also, I was talking to someone, they disagreed. I think because they thought Justice League maybe was like top 10, not top one of the worst. But I think Justice League was one of the worst movies of like the original. Like, yeah, Green Lantern was pretty bad. But I feel like just the disappointment of this was just completely different. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand.
I think seeing this makes that other one look even worse. Yeah. It just was so overblown. They you can tell that they wanted money from this movie. They didn't care. They wanted to get Superman in there. They want everyone as shown as possible. We want some money, guys.
Also, like,
who cares about Cyborg? We need Batman and Superman. Like, come on, guys.
I just want to let you guys know my top 3 worst movies. Fantastic Four reboot, Green Lantern, and Justice League. Those are the 3 worst.
2017.
The reboot of Fantastic Four, and 2017 Justice League. This reboot of Justice League, Synder Cut, whatever you want to call it, one of the best superhero movies, one of the best DC movies, because they are slacking at some points, but I think it's one of the best. I loved it. It was great. By the 2-hour mark, I didn't even realize it got there. It was insane how good they did. And I don't want to just kiss their butts, but they did really well. I also went in...
It wasn't perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. No, it wasn't perfect, but like it was still like an 80, 85%, maybe 90 on like a scale. Even Rotten Tomato gave it better than Justice League. And you know, Rotten Tomato's dumb nowadays. I mean, it kind of always was, but whatever. Justice League was good. I loved it. I really think that they should go with Synder Cut's vision more. They fixed Cyborg so well. And I feel like Batman wasn't even the star. I don't even think that was the problem. I don't think even that was what Joss Whedon was going for was, oh, Superman, oh, Batman, they're the stars. Just put them at the front end. I just think he was bad at making.
He
I get he has
didn't-
done some decent stuff, but that doesn't mean any excuse that he didn't have bad ideas.
Listen, I don't remember a good Whedon movie. I think he probably did something that somebody else seen.
I think
but
he was in the Avengers, actually, probably one of the Avengers movies, if I remember correctly.
From what I know going into it, was he was hired to brighten up the Justice League movie and add more comedy. And honestly,
he ended up just taking out 80 to 90% of the movie and reshot stuff. Oh my god. I love Snyder straight up insulted one of the lines from the Justice League movie. Yeah. I get it was a rough. You guys, for those of you who don't know, there's a line where, because it sounds, I want to make it try not to sound as stupid because giving it some context. There's a line in Batman v Superman where Batman asks Superman, "Do you bleed?" So
very famous.
In Justice League, they made Superman ask him.
2017.
In the 2017 one, listen, I'll say Justice League and Snyder Cut, Ruben, you don't need to correct me. They made Superman say to Batman, a human, "Do you bleed?"
Dude, I don't remember that scene though. That was all wonky. I don't even remember how they brought Superman back in that movie.
So dumb.
I think they just, if I remember correctly, I may be wrong. Don't they just like basically throw the mother box at him almost?
Pretty much. But I love that like Snyder said like, no, that makes no sense. Like I didn't even realize that. Like I didn't even think about it. Maybe I did at the time because it's been a few years. But oh my god, like I'm so glad Snyder got to get what he wanted. Like we were all making like memes and never thought this was gonna happen. But I'm so glad it actually did happen, and he got to reshot the things because Warner Bros. Said like, oh no, it's just unexistent his stuff. Like you couldn't make a full movie out of it. So,
I think that was kind of a lie though.
Yeah, probably. Like you can kind of look at things. There was no way.
There's a new rumor actually recently that before Weeding Out Bob, what existed before Weeding Out Bob was about 4 hours worth of a Justice League. So we were saying that is a good practicality of what the base on why this one is 4 hours as well, is that was what Zack Snyder left with.
Listen, what if they, like, Warner Bros., like, they just lied about paying all this money for the HBO Max version, and they do that? They literally had it, and they just kind of just put it together. But I love that even Ray Fisher, who now, like, hates Warner Bros., even talked about this a little bit. I really hope they just listen. All these directors giving support to the vision being done. I love even HBO Max, like, they made, like, the little joke about why it's square and not full screen is because they don't want to even take an inch off the screen of the camera footage of Snyder's vision. They understand. They understand what we want. And
it's getting a little cringy, though, with people.
And, oh, no,
everyone keeps saying, I'm getting to hate the vision. Everyone keeps saying, Zack Snyder's vision in memes and in different posts. It's like, okay, it's not a perfect movie. I love the movie. It's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect. Ugh. I'm glad they got his way of it, though.
Yeah, I'm glad the Superman setup much better. Cyborg much better.
How did they let this happen?
I don't know. They just
took 2017 one happen at this point.
I'm getting mad at some people online. Keep saying. I saw a few people being like, "Oh, there's no setup. Everything's all over the place." No, it's pretty straightforward in this movie. Everything's like set up a lot. Maybe a little too much for some people. I can see that being complained, but no, I think everyone's set up in this movie, unlike the original.
Yeah.
Do you want to spoil anything?
No, let's talk. Only thing I'll talk about is the epilogue, because that is the one scene where I felt like it was a bit weird. But it was the book and Superman dream nightmare sequences. The epilogue kind of just made no sense, I think, in general to a lot of people. I think that's the only time I think people complained. But the epilogue was actually kind of cool. I understand it doesn't matter in the context, maybe only that it conforms as Batman is still worried about Superman, but yeah, I feel like the only things people should know going into it, if you haven't watched it yet, Joker is actually not in anything until the end. He's in the epilogue. It's not much of a spoiler. It's just kind of like a fair warning. Lex Luthor only makes like 1 or 2 small appearances. And, what else? I don't think there's anything else that I think people would be disappointed not knowing ahead of time. I think the one thing I do think people can complain about is that Doomsday does not actually do a lot in the movie. But
You mean Darkseid?
Oh yeah, Darkseid. My bad. Doomsday does return actually in this movie.
Just for the opener.
Just for the opener.
They replay it basically.
Yeah, they replayed the opener and redesigned him weirdly, to say the least. That's the one thing I feel like there was some bad CGI points actually throughout the movie. Like once or twice, it was either good or it was just weird. I feel like that was DC. I feel like Warner Brothers, and someone pointed this out. I think it was Critical pointed that out also, that it was just like DC has a history of not doing good CGI, and I noticed that.
I think CGI for Cyborg and Steppenwolf look a lot better in this movie.
Yeah. I at that point just feel like Joss Whedon redid giant Cyborg just to make Ray Fisher look worse. Like, I wouldn't have a
picture on my phone of what Steppenwolf looked like in the original Justice League, and I saw him back to back with the new one. It looks even worse seeing them back to back.
No, I've seen something like that, yeah. But I'm just glad, like one more time, the Vision stuff is getting good. I am so glad that his vision of the movie come forward, because now not everyone hates DC. But now we're going to hate Warner Bros. Because they don't give us anything we want.
Any other fair warnings you want to give?
Fair warning ahead of time.
You're not going to have Batman ask him if you talk to fish. I think that line was cut. If you love that line is not in.
Lois Lane, I felt like with the 4-hour length, she didn't get much more. But it was so much better written, so much better executed. So if you really want to see Lois Lane...
I've seen some people that was some people's only complaints is they wanted Lois Lane done slightly differently.
I actually liked it. I felt like maybe there was better ways to do it. I'm not saying the movie was perfect, but I liked how they did. Anything was better.
Exciting to see in comparison.
Anything was better than Justice League. But any more subjects to talk about? What?
Should we give a warning about whether or not it's in the movie or not?
No, because I feel like, again, fan theories. Oh, there is also one more thing I want to talk about. Fan theories, don't get ahead of yourself. It's the same thing with Vision. Everyone's like, WandaVision, everyone was so mad. Everyone's like, oh, but we thought he was going to be in the show. You're the only one who said it was going to be. So if you think any superhero, wink, wink, may be in the movie, he may not. Who knows? Watch it and find out.
There's a few rumors, actually, that...
Yeah, that was a few. So maybe they come to, maybe they don't. Just don't go ahead assuming, but let's talk. I wish we did one closer to WandaVision, so we're not going to just hop on that. But let's talk about Winter Soldier. It's okay. It's okay. It's the first episode. It felt like the first few scenes of a movie. Only thing I would complain about is I just wish they used U.S. Agent. I hope by the end of the season they call him U.S. Agent and they just don't just stay away from that. But maybe we'll talk more about that when it's over, when there's something interesting happen. It's like the first scene of the movie.
My only complaint though is Falcon and Winter Soldier don't actually, not to spoil anything, they don't interact with each other.
Yeah, but to me it's again this extended like a movie. It's kind of weird, and that's my only complaint. Is they should have. I wish they did the same thing with WandaVision, where they put 2 episodes in one day, and I felt like that would have helped the first episode. But watch for yourself. Watch both for yourself.
I think they're being a little cautious with this one. Is my only thing. I think because it's more Marvel connected. I think that's why they're not releasing 2 at first. Is they're trying to hold back because this is supposed to be more connected.
Also, I think Loki now is in June, so they may want to space things out a bit. But listen, we'll talk about that stuff more. Expect in the next week or 2 that we will do another episode. Remember, that episode will not spoil Kong versus Godzilla. We'll just be us talking about the movie. No, not talking about the movie. Talking about what we predict would happen and who should win, even if the movie result doesn't. It doesn't matter to us. We're just going to talk about who should win with that and should have won, I guess would be a better example. And a few other fights. Stay tuned if you're watching this on YouTube. Let us know in the comments below if there's any fights you want to see.
I just realized you're wearing a Justice League t-shirt.
I also just realized I was wearing a Justice League t-shirt. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry we haven't done more. We love doing the podcast. It's fun. It's great. We want to do more. We waited off to do quality, and then kind of just the time went away from us. So, we're bad. It's not like any of you guys were like sitting like, "Where's episode 2?" Like, none of you cared. Just enjoy this one. But we'll shoot out the full cast, or at least more. And not just be at half health. But I have been Boardman.
I might have been the Raven.
Hope you guys enjoy. We are now on multiple things, but most of our viewers are on Spotify. So if you're watching this on Spotify without listening, you're just listening without subscribing, subscribe to Spotify. Watch it over on YouTube. And support the podcast so we know to do more and be more, we gotta do more episodes. Until then, have a good night.